I had times in my life when I had to like skip lunch in school to bike home really quick to see if there was no letters from the police, because I didn't want my parents to see it. So I was like hiding these things, because sometimes I didn't really get caught, but I still had hearings and stuff in the air. Sometimes I call myself Marvel, sometimes Marr, sometimes Eurotrash, sometimes Tropical Viking, but I'm from South Sweden, Malmö. So I discovered the streets around 94, 95. I was more into skateboarding at the moment, but we used to play around in these industrial areas in my city, Malmö, where I'm from, and I guess there was some graffiti and stuff around us, and that inspired us, but we had no idea how big effect that would have in my life. I know that I'm almost on my 20th year of being active, and I guess I never stopped. Then you have active periods, and then you have periods when you get less done. I think it was many years ago I realized I did way over 1,000 trains, and I think it was many years ago I realized I did over 1,000 walls and stuff. I really don't have any clue anymore. I guess when I started, I didn't even have a good style. I was such a toy. And it took me a really long time to get confident with my own style. Because you were trying to not, you're trying to still be original and not like steal from other ones. But I was very good in drawing before I started doing graffiti. I was into this I was young and I liked to do fantasy stuff, and I was inspired by doing, nerdy stuff like orches or like superheroes and stuff. And the more I did graffiti, the more I was struggling with getting some kind of a funk in my flow. The worse I got, I kind of lost my drawing skills. Like now I'm just like a kid drawing. But I have faith in what I do, and I just do it a lot. But it's kind of like I had to switch the sophisticated seeing of painting, or just figurative or photorealistic, to find myself in some kind of I used to go with a metaphor that I don't write lyrics, I write melodies. And that's for me, that's what I do when I do art, I don't paint stuff that is too obvious. I'm trying to interact with my feelings and what's going on. I like to be in the now when I paint. Even if I do abstract painting, it's like I choose, it's like cooking or something, I choose different ingredients that I feel for, and then I make a platform where it's open to improvise. And of course now I'm very experienced with this, so I know the process better, so I can plan the process better. Because it's always good for me to be aware about the process, because that gives me room to just be you at the moment, and like any conversation or any, So I guess that's the good thing by getting experience. You can be more, you don't have to focus on the technique, you don't have to focus on these other things. And I guess that's the dream for any artist that wanna, be good at something. They can, to be good enough to relax and be confident about it. And I learned so much about me doing it. I learned about my limitations and my qualities. And I kind of, accepted my limitations way more now than before, and I have fun with them. I'm very, impatient. I don't have so much patience when I create, That's why I never fuck with oil painting, because, that just takes too long time for it to dry, or I want to get it up and see if it works or not. And I don't even have patience to use too much brushes, which I should do, because it's very nice if you can control that. But I use markers instead, because then I don't have to dip the brush every second, and that formed me. That totally made my style after a while, because I was sticking to my, I was trying to not do it by the book, because I was just like, maybe too immature for it or something, but I was still doing it enough to, it was like, that created my style and my technique. I guess we're all attached to the art, to your art. I guess graffiti really taught me to not be too attached to it. I guess when people ask, how does it feel to sell a painting, to never see it again, or when they clean. And for me, it's like, well, if you sell a painting or give it, or wherever it lands, it doesn't disappear. Because I'm always used to have my paintings disappear, and in the end you have a photo. And I guess all those times when I didn't even have the chance to see my painting once, I only did it in the dark, and I spent time, and it felt so good, and then it never showed up, and you know that they cleaned it before you get the chance. That's a heartbreaker. I hate when, you're grumpy for weeks, but if you're not like doing something even better, and if you have a revenge or something. But that always happens twice in a while, and it really sucks. But shit, it really makes you appreciate when you succeed as well, I guess, so it's all good. It's funny. Less is more, it's always, you can always make something out of nothing. That's fucking graffiti for me. Take what you have and do something with it. Some people like to call it hip-hop, but that's not fucking hip, that's so much more than that. Some people like to call it this or that, but I think it's a good thing for everyone to get challenged, to create something more with nothing. That's the whole main source to creativity. Straight up. But that ain't no news, I guess. That's been said before, but you really need if it ain't a problem, don't fix it, You need a problem to get motivated and do stuff. That's why this fucking unperfect world is so perfect for us artists, because there's too many reasons to create.